but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the FIFA World Cup Fantasy, for the first video on the FIFA World Cup Fantasy game, basically. So my name is Ryan. Welcome to the football chat box. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. My name is Ryan and welcome to the football chat box. And this is the first video of the FIFA World Cup Fantasy. It was out when I was fast asleep, so but basically what we're going to do in this video is we're going to basically cover the FIFA World Cup Fantasy, how it works, look at the rules, and also just create a league and also tell you guys how you can play this game. Now, if you want to play this game and you don't know how to find it, just go onto Google and search FIFA World Cup Fantasy and you'll be able to find the link. If you can't do that, you can also check the link in the description. I've put it in the description as well. So you can just click that and it'll take you directly to this site. And then all you got to do is just create an account, right? If you might already have one, but you can create an account and then get started. Now, this is, I think, my third year of playing FIFA World Cup Fantasy. Basically, what you got to do is you have to select 15 players with 100 million budget. If you played FPL before, it's a very similar situation. Each match day, your captain scores double. So you have game week in FPL. Here you have match day. Same thing to, let's say, the Champions League Fantasy. If you play Champions League Fantasy, it's something similar there. Make transfers and subs to keep your team fresh. Now here, the transfers are slightly different, where I think you get 2 transfers. We'll check the rules, but it's slightly different to FPL. You get 2 transfers, I think. And also, you have different chips. You have a chip called 12th Man, you have a power captain chip, and you have wildcard boosters. So we'll have a look at those chips and what they exactly do. And yeah, that's basically it. Once all of that is done, you basically play the game. Now, as you can see, there are different tags of indicating the players and everything. Also keep in mind, this list of players isn't finalized because obviously squads are still very provisional. So I'm just going to auto pick, right? Let's see what we get from an auto pick team. Yeah, it's not a bad auto pick team. You got Messi, Kane, Neymar Jr. on the bench. Why is he on the bench? Let's put him on. Can I swap him? Can I swap him like that? No. How do I select? So this is the first step. How do I select my formation? Oh, okay. There you go. So if you want to sub someone off, you click it, you go like that, and there you go. You've subbed him off. Now, I'm just going to confirm this team because I think it looks pretty decent. I'm not too worried about it. If anything, if I was to change, it would probably be Kane out, maybe Benzema in. Actually, France have some injuries, so that's something to consider. So there might be a few things I would do slightly differently. But let's get into the rest of the video, actually. Actually, before I do that, I forgot to tweet that I'm live. Let me do that as well. Because no one knows. All right, there we go. We're back. Posted that. Now, we've set a team. We're going to hit confirm. Once you hit confirm, you will be able to create a team name. So we're going to go, yep, confirm. Didn't I accept it? Oh, I got signed out. Okay, give me a second. We're back in. Build the team. What happened to my team? Okay, there it is. Confirm, please. Team already exists. Okay. Your team is in. Kane is your captain. Oh, well. Make unlimited changes before the first game and start league with friends. So, let's create a league, right? The Football Chatbox Mini League. League name. youtube.com/football chatbox. League starts match day 1. It's a public league. I would like to have it as a public league if possible. Create league. Can we do it? League name contains forbidden symbols. What is the forbidden symbols? youtube.com. Is that a possibility? Interesting. If I do this, interesting. If I do that, okay, so I can't have this thing. I wonder if I can have brackets. No, I can't have brackets as well. Okay, let's try this. There we go. League is public now for you guys. Football Chatbox on YouTube. I wish I could have now changed that. Anyways, that's fine. Great. Now you have to create a league. Invite others to join your unique league. This is the league. If you guys wanted to invite via social, I will do that as well separately. And invite via link. Let me just copy that. If you guys want to join as well, this link will be put in the description as well. Let me actually put it on the YouTube description if you guys want to play and join me. Let me edit it. Okay, and obviously if you want to join the code is VSRYXT7M. That's VSRYXT7M. That's basically the invite code if you wanted to play the FIFA. Actually, I can edit the invite code on the stream. So let me do that for you guys as well, so that it doesn't confuse anyone. Alright, there we go. The league code has basically been updated on the video. So if anyone wants to join the league is VSRYXT7M. That is the league code. So we've done this. We've copied all of that. Now, Football Chatbox on YouTube. I can't edit that, so skip this step now. Let's go. Alright. Rankings will display when scoring commences. And then obviously settings. Oh, can I change this? Yeah, I can. Football Chatbox. Update settings. Public league for anyone who wants to join. And yeah, that is basically the lead. Now let's have a look at some of the rules. So how to play. This is basic information. You select 15 players. Registration, I've already told you guys. You'll be asked to set a team name. You can choose to do this now or at a later date. Okay, I haven't done that yet, I think. You have a budget of 100 million to build a team consisting of 15 players. And you can follow any of the following formations. So the standard formation is very similar to FPL, where you have to have at least a minimum of 1 striker, a minimum of 2 midfielders at any case, and a minimum of 3 defenders at any case, and obviously 1 goalkeeper. Now, you can change your formation through formation selector on the team page, or by removing a player from one of the positions and adding in a player from another. And now, similar to FPL, mostly similar to like a Champions League final. Champions League Fantasy. there'll be restrictions on how many players you can have per nation. Now in the group stage you can have, like FPL, 3 players per nation, but in the round of 16, because of nations getting eliminated, now you can have more players per nation. So you'll have 4 players per nation. In the quarters you can do 5, semis you can do 6, and final you can do 8 players per nation. So then you, in the final, you will probably try and pick a team that you think is going to win the World Cup, to be favored over there. Now you are also able to add players. We've kind of seen that. You can remove players. Yep. Captaincy. Now captaincy is a very interesting. You get double the points for captaincy. For each match day, you must select a captain who will score double points. You'll be able to change your captain by pressing the captain icon. Yep. You can change your captain an unlimited amount of times as long as the new selected captain is yet to play in the current match day. So for example, let's say a match day is basically a game week, basically round 1 of fixtures in the World Cup. And let's say let me try and find the World Cup, the dates. Let's see who's actually playing on one, so that I can give you a good example of this. So I'm just going to bring the fixtures up. So let's say the first date, right? We have Qatar playing Ecuador. And if you happen to have any players from that team, or let's say even in the second date, you got England playing Iran and Senegal playing Netherlands. So if you wanted to captain anyone, let's take the first example, Qatar versus Ecuador. If you wanted to captain someone from there and they did well, you can keep them as your captain. But if they didn't do well, and let's say they just got like 2 points for appearances or something, and you can switch your captain before either the England versus Iran game or the Netherlands versus Senegal game. You just have to do that before your captain plays in that specific game, right? And then once your captain has played in the match day, you're able to change your captain once more. Like I mentioned, for another player who is yet to play. If you choose to change your previous captain, you will lose their double points and your new captain will score double instead. So this is similar to Champions League Fantasy. That let's say if your player that you selected on the first day didn't get anything and only got 2 points, that will double to 4. If you were to switch to someone else, your original player will lose the extra double points and the new player will be the new captain. Now, substitutions. It's very similar as terms of captaincy as well. You must select 4 players to be located on your bench. Will score points each match day, but they will not count towards your score. Replace. If a player doesn't play, your substitutes will replace them. If you have not made any manual substitutions. Now, similar to the World Cup, Champions League Fantasy. Also, FPL Ru says, hello mate. Hello FPL Ru, how are you doing? So similar to Champions League Fantasy, this is if, let's say, you're not happy with like a 2 points on your squad score in your starting 11 and you want to substitute someone, you can do that. If they haven't played a game already, you can just bring in one of your bench players. So you can kind of do that same thing like your captaincy, just got to do it before they play the game. And then obviously automatic substitutions, only end of match day. And you'll sub out a player in your starting 11 for a player on your bench who has not yet played in the current match day. Again, you lose points of who's played if you sub them out. Now, chips. So you got your regular wildcard chip, which is the same thing in FPL, which will allow you to make unlimited transfers within a specific round. Cannot be used for the first match of the group stage or for the round of 16. I think for the round of 16, I'm not sure if you get another like a wildcard per se. We'll have to have a look in that. And then you've got your 12th man, which will allow you to select one additional player to score more points for your team in a match day. When selected, the 12th man cannot be substituted, captained, or transferred. You can select any player to be your 12th man's budget or team. You can select any player to be your 12th man. Budget or team restrictions do not count here. So now this is a very interesting. Now, I'm wondering if you can play this chip. I think you can play this chip and then you can transfer in any player you want probably to be your 12th man. If I'm not mistaken. That's how it seems like it's phrased. So probably that's how it works. Power Captain. This is a very interesting chip as well. Will allow you to get double points from whichever player scores the most points from your 50-man squad. So basically, you don't even have to check the captain. It'll basically go and pick whoever has the most points from your squad and pick them as the captain. So that's for 1 week, one match day, you can probably play that, which is a very good chip as well. Very interesting chip. I don't mind seeing this in FPL, to be honest, like this kind of chip. Now this one I would recommend probably using when you have most of your squad has really good fixtures. So the chances of getting a lot of points is high, and chances of targeting the correct double points is also high. That's probably when I would probably use this chip. And then a booster can only be used once, and multiple boosters cannot be used at the same time. So that means you can only use one booster per match day. So that's that. Now transfers. Okay, pre-tournament obviously unlimited. Before the start of match day 2, again different to FPL, you get 2 transfers here compared to FPL's 1. Same thing with match day 3, and before start of round of 16, which is why you can't use your wildcard, is because you get unlimited transfers. So you can refresh your squad. You don't have to worry about any players who aren't in the World Cup anymore. After that, you get 4 transfers before the quarters, 5 before the semis, and 6 before the final. So you don't have to worry too much with regards to not being able to like refresh your squad if like teams get knocked out. But at the same time, when it comes from round of 16, so I've played this game 2 times before. This is my 3rd time playing it. I think 3rd or 4th. I don't remember anymore. But the thing with this is you kind of want to select teams that will win and progress to the next round, or you think will win and progress to the next round. Tin, hello, how are you doing? So you kind of want to do that when selecting. Ideally, someone like if, for example, Germany played, I don't know, who would we put? Let's say, I don't want to be against any team, but let's say Germany played like a Denmark. Oh, actually, no, that's a bad comparison. Let's take a group stage game. If Argentina played Saudi Arabia, you would want to predict who would win in that game and select more players from that team. If they were in the knockout stages, that is. So, yeah, basically, you want to be able to predict. Don't go and select teams that probably are going to get knocked out. Because you still 4 transfers might not necessarily be enough to get rid of all of the players if you go like that. So you still want to predict who will do well. Now, hits. How much does a hit cost? A hit costs 3 points only compared to FPL where it costs 4 points. Here it will cost you 3 points. And then once a transfer is confirmed, you will not be able to reverse. That's fine. Table below outlines what match day a transfer will become active for depending on a player's state. Interesting. Transferred out player status has played in the current match day. Transferred in has played in the current match day. Transferred out player will remain in your team. Transferred out players with points will count to your team. Score. Players' points will not count. So transferred out player. If the player you transfer out has played in the current match day, and the player you want to bring in. This is transfers, no, not benching. So this is basically the same thing. You can't don't expect match day transfers within the match day to actually impact your current match day squad. Not played in current. Next scheduled match in the current. Oh, this is very interesting. So this is the one interesting part. These 3 are kind of like expected and common, or you would think it would be common. But this is a very interesting part, which is if your current player that you're going to transfer out has not played in their current match day, and the player you're trying to bring in has also not played in their current match day, then the transferring player will become active in a user's team and will start scoring from the next scheduled match in the current match day. So for example, let's say we're in the latter end of round 1 and you still have a player who hasn't played, but you're hearing that they're not going to play, and another player is going to play for a very similar price point and you can bring them in. Then you can bring them in before their game, and then they can start scoring for you within that same match day. You don't have to wait for the next match day, which is pretty good because it makes sense because both sides haven't played yet, so you can do that swap. So in those situations, you can do that swap. If one side has played, then you have to wait for the next match day to get the new player in. Lockout. In rolling lockout mechanic where players will become locked as soon as their team plays in the current match day. Okay, fair enough. Lockout will be automatically lifted once all fixtures in the current match day have concluded. Okay. Scoring system. Okay, here we go. If you get 60 minutes or more, you get only 1 point. Damn. Wait, appearance 60 minutes or more, you only get 1 point. So they have to make 6. So there is no even like less than 60 minutes, you get 1 point. So you gotta hope that the players that you select actually play more than 60 minutes. Assist, you get 3. Yellow card -1. Red card -2. Own goal -2. Winning a penalty. So you get points for winning a penalty, which is good, +2. And conceding is -1. So you don't want to be having players who make too many rash tackles and concede a penalty. Clean sheet, you get 5 points. Must have played 70 minutes or more. So it's slightly different compared to FPL where it's 60 minutes. Here it's 70 minutes. First goal conceded, you don't get any points. Interesting. Each additional goal conceded, you get a negative point. Okay, cool. Goal scored, 9 points for this is for the goalkeeper, by the way. Goal scored, you get 9 points for the goalkeeper. For a penalty save, they get 3. And every 3 saves, they get a point as well. For defenders on a clean sheet, they get 5 points. For goal conceded, similar to goalkeeper, they don't lose any points for the first goal conceded, but every additional goal they lose on -1. And if they score a goal, they get 7 points. It's slightly different to FPL, where FPL goes 6 points. Midfielders, you get 1 point for clean sheet. Should have played more than 60 minutes. For goal scored, you get 5 points, similar to FPL. And here, slightly different, is you get a point for every 3 tackles. So your defensive-minded players also get rewarded in this case. So any tackles they make, they'll get a point for every 3. So that's kind of good. Doesn't make doesn't make defensive players irrelevant in this case. Forwards. Now you get 5 points for a goal scored compared to FPL's 4. So your midfielders, and there's no difference in terms of goal scored between your midfielders and your forwards. It's just the tackles that's slightly different. And then forwards, however, get for every 2 shots on target, they get a point. If you know a player takes a lot of shots, let's say for example Ronaldo, when he tries to take a lot of shots, he could rack up quite a lot of points because he takes a lot of shots. Bruno Fernandes, another example, takes a lot of shots, could rack up points. This is leaderboards, mini leagues. I've already showed you guys the mini league as well. Make sure to join. Match day schedule. So it's a very tight turnaround of match day schedule. You basically have, I think, less than 24 hours in this case to try and sort out the rest of your match day. So ideally, you want to, if you're making transfers, you can make it during this match day. But the players won't come in, if they already played, they won't come in until the next match day. So keep that in mind. Now, the other thing is, this is very important because the time switch between match days is very tiny, like except unless you get to the quarters, knockouts, then the gap slightly increases by a few days, so you have more time and all of that. But in the group stage round, that will be a bit more heavy in terms of got to be very active. Now, when is the best time to play the chips? Ideally, wildcard, you can play it probably depending on fixtures. I need to have a proper look at the fixtures, but you could do either match day 2 or match day 3 because of the number of transfers you guys get for quarters, semis, and final. There's no point playing the wildcard then. So it's either match day 2 or match day 3. The same thing would probably be with the power captain. To be honest, I think power captain also, you could probably use it in one of those weeks because you have way more players playing, so way more possibilities of more points being scored compared to when you go into the quarters, the semis, the round of 16 finals. That also means that the scoreline of games also gets smaller, if you know what I mean, because more of the weaker teams have been knocked out. So yeah, that means the scoreline also gets smaller. Ahmad, how are you doing? Welcome to the Football Chatbox. Please, what app can I use to play the fantasy? I downloaded the FIFA app, but I couldn't get it there. So if it's still not on the FIFA Fantasy, you can use the website. So basically, if you were to check on the video, on the description, if you look at the description, I've added the link to play it there. So you can just click the description on this video and you'll find the link to redirect you to the game. So yeah, chips ideally best to use, I think, during the group stages of the fantasy, except for the 12th man chip. This, I think, you could probably use it in the knockout stages as well, because this is a slightly different one that doesn't consider budget or team restrictions. So this one, you can probably use it in the knockout stages as well. The other two kind of make sense to use it during the match days, but we'll have a look during the fixtures and all a bit later, not on today's video, but yeah. That's basically it. We've covered everything that needs to be known about the FIFA World Cup and the fantasy. If you haven't joined the league code is down below. It's basically VSRYXT7M. So make sure to join the league. You can also search for it on here because it's a public league. You could do Football Chatbox. Oh no. Maybe I should have not left a space. Okay, I need to probably fix my league. Football Chatbox on YouTube. If I was to search this, does it not appear? Or maybe it doesn't appear because I'm searching for it. Yeah. Because it's my league that I created. So you guys might have to search and let me know if it's working or not. But yeah, Football Chatbox on YouTube. That's the league. You guys can join, and obviously league code is also shown. That's the league code. So feel free to join. It's a public league. Send it to your friends and get everyone involved. Now, having said all of that, this is my current auto pick team. I will change this closer to the World Cup, and I will be creating different types of content as well for the World Cup. So make sure to join. And thank you all for watching this video. That's basically it. I just wanted to do a short video on the FIFA World Cup Fantasy. So for anyone who's here, thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and like, and also, yeah. Also, if you're playing FPL, good luck for the game week. I probably won't have another deadline stream. If you didn't check out yesterday's deadline stream, go check it out. But apart from that, thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you to FPL Ru, Tin, and Ahmed. I hope you managed to find the game on the website at least. So just make sure to check the link. And yeah, thank you all for watching. If you're joining new at this point, just check the video back. I've covered everything about the game and how to play it and the rules and whatnot. And obviously you can select players based off this list over here. Keep in mind, this list isn't final. It will be trimmed even further, or players will be added based on the finalized squads. Right now, most teams are in provisional squads of 55 and so. Yeah, there'll be a lot more players here right now, which will get trimmed later and later, but we'll keep an eye out for that when the squads get officially announced. Having said all of that, thank you all for watching. My name is Ryan from the Football Chatbox. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you all later.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm